Right, let's get into our first discussion now. The case between the Nigeria police and the senator representing Kogi West, Dino Melaye, is taking several twists and turns.
Indeed, on the day the senator was mandated to appear before a high court in Kogi State, two suspects who indicted the senator of funding their criminal activities escaped from police custody and are now at large. On the backdrop of this incident, Inspector General of Police Ibrahim Idris ordered the immediate removal of Kogi State Commissioner of Police Ali Janga as a show of his dissatisfaction with the circumstances surrounding the jailbreak.
Now, the IG also ordered the detention of 13 police officers who are currently being investigated for their role in the escape. Meanwhile, Senator Dino Melaye has threatened to sue the Inspector General of Police if he does not produce two suspects who leveled allegations against him. He urged the police to produce the suspects dead or alive, as there are rumors that they may have been killed.
We have with us Chris Kehinde Wandu, is a public affairs analyst and, of course, a journalist and blogger as well. Good morning to you and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Good morning.
Happy holidays. Now, yes, Dino Melaye has come out many times, even before the latest news that his accusers have escaped, that the police did not serve him summons either at his office or at his house. So why would the police go ahead to even declare him wanted in the first place?
Yeah, that's an intriguing one because it's a revolving story that is just spinning all over again. First and foremost, let us even start from the latest court ruling that you cannot declare anybody wanted. Based on a suit against EFCC, that you don't have, the police, no security agency has the right to declare anybody wanted except that pronouncement was made by the court. And the court has not made that pronouncement, it's just the police. And it's just about the politics in Kogi State. Everybody knows that. And I just don't know why the police decides to come into the fray. And that the police have so much on its plate presently, with insurgents everywhere, with the issues that just a few days ago they came out of issue with the spokesperson of IBB. The president was in Benue. He talked about the IG not taking directives. And so many other, the IG himself came out to make some statement that he ought not to have made about the crisis going on in Benue State and the rest of them. And just even to cap that, just a few days ago, the IG also made some categorical statement, which he later denied, saying that the remaining Dapchi girl was going to be released on that day and the rest of them only for them. So I just don't know why the police is going this way. It has so much. This is not the right time for the police to be getting itself engaged in all politics. Police should stay out of politics. So coming back to Dino's case, Dino was the first person to cry out that there was an assassination attempt on his life when he went to Kaba. Okay, he came out, he reported the police and the rest of them. Initially, I think the police arrested one or two people.
In fact, they even went to the house of the chairman of the local government. And
he was, yes, they found them ammunition and the rest of them. And they picked up based on Dino's story.
Yes.
And those guys were picked. Okay? And the police came out to say, yes, we've gotten them. These are they are suspects and they're going to be charged to court. After some time, the next thing we just heard was that they've arrested some guys and
that didn't give an inaccurate
that is given, and they just came out and paraded and started parading. And that is my problem, the way we go about security in this country. You pick up somebody, you've not done your investigation, you parade them, make allegations on media, do media trial.
Even if the person says, yes, I did this, I did. That is not the procedure. That's not the right thing to do.
How many times have you seen in the United States, the police parading people like that, those involved in crimes and the rest of them?
You won't even see them.
That was something, you don't see them.
You only hear they've been charged to court,
that's the only time you get to see them. At times, even you don't get to see them. Okay, but I was there, what do? They pick up somebody, they've not made their investigation, they bring them on television, and parade them and make allegations.
At least to make you know the police is working.
And they make allegations.
Most usually, you don't even hear when they charge those suspects to court.
After the parade, that is the end of the story. Except that of Evans that we've kept a tap on. So many of those stories, some of those accused, most of those accused have listened again.
All right, let's even look. Let's come back to the Dino Melaye issue. A senator of the Federal Republic declared wanted when he is around as far as we know, he has not fled the country one way or the other. Now, what should be the procedure for declaring a senator wanted? I feel, or maybe from what the procedure should be, maybe a letter should have been written to the Senate President or the Senate as a whole to produce him or something. I don't know what it should be.
Well, the police said they've invited him severally. I don't know whichever means they used.
Which he has denied severally?
Because he said he didn't get any summons.
That's what I'm saying, that they invited. I don't know the means through which they invited him. Then the last one, they say, well, I think probably that they wrote to the Senate President that he should be invited and the rest of them. But for goodness sake, if you invite him and he didn't come, and you've written the Senate President, the next thing you should do, probably do a publication. That's an open invitation. So that you can have evidence. Irrespective of whoever the senator is, there is nobody in this country that is above the law. If the police invite you, irrespective of whoever you are, except you have immunity, which is only confined on the president, vice president, governors, and deputy governors, I think that is where it ends. Every other Nigerian, if the police invite you, you just must honor that. But what has been the means of invitation? Dino, they know where Dino lives. Did you go there to paste a notice and take the photograph? Did you call him by phone? Or what other means? There's so many means that you can. Dino is not somebody, it's not like some other senators that you don't get to see. Dino is everywhere. It's either he's dancing or he's singing. He's a
singing senator.
So Dino is everywhere.
Or he's shooting a video.
He's shooting a video, that's what I'm saying. So Dino is always on your face. So you can't say that someone. And Dino is somebody that, forget his antecedents and the rest of them. This is one guy that over the years has been consistent, especially when it comes to issues of corruption and the rest of them. Even when he was in house, he's also a fighter. You know that Dino fights very well. He fought in the house and the rest of them. But Dino is one person that, irrespective of whatever anybody thinks about him, is very consistent in whatever he believes in. Okay? He has led several protests, even to EFCC and even police and the rest of them. You understand? So he's not somebody that you just over. But the problem is that, as I said earlier on, there's more to this than just the police is telling us.
I'm talking about having more to it than meets the eye. The police PRO, Jim Moshood, left Abuja and went to Kogi State to parade the suspects. Kogi State's police command has its own PPRO. So do you wonder at any point in time what would make a national figure in the police command leave his office to a state to parade suspect? And Dino is saying that if you want to try me in Abuja as well. But the police doesn't want to hear any of that. They want him in Kogi. Yeah,
for the PPRO going to Kogi, I personally don't see any problem with that. It's the PPRO, the police. I remember when we were invited, when Evans was to be paraded, and we were invited, journalists. It was Jimo. Jimo was there to parade the guys. I know he has been to 1 or 2 states and the rest of them. I'm not even concerned with that. But the problem is that 2 days ago, just also realized that just realized a few days ago that Dino tweeted that his case has been moved to Abuja. He said it on his Twitter handle that his lawyer, Ricky Tafa, has just told him that his case has been finally moved from Kogi to Abuja. So let us. But the issue now is that the police should not be seen. Dino is asking, the question we should be asking, how come these suspects that were in the custody of the police suddenly disappeared?
And the new twist, and the recent twist is that the new commissioner of police that was deployed to Kogi State didn't show up at the time of handing over.
No, the story
we also heard that he was warned
the story we heard, and at times some of these things, until we have food parts. The story we heard is that the young man went to Kogi and was told by the chief's detail or chief security officer to the governor that we've not gotten information about you being appointed a commissioner, so you are not welcome. And the guy left. And when the outgoing commissioner wanted to hand over, he had nobody to hand over.
He had nobody to hand over.
That is why I'm saying that there is more to this than this.
I wonder what the Inspector General of Police is doing at this time about that.
Well, it is, let's see what the Inspector General of Police will do this time around. If he gave an order appointing a new commissioner of police and he got to Kogi and he was not allowed to take to take his seat, then something must be fundamentally wrong.
It's just like the president giving an order and the IG.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going. So now orders are being given.
So there was a precedent.
There's a precedent already set by the president. So probably the governor is taking after the president and giving his own order and rest of them. But let's see that how that enforced. But the fact is that the police should be able to get their ass together on this. This is really not doing them.
And then another interesting twist really is that from what Dino said, was that the suspect, the main accuser, was the same person he said was trying to kill him, that was being accused of making assassination attempts on his life. And now the guy turned to say that he gave him weapons and money.
And that's just it. You know, at times some of these things, when they put up these theories, they don't look at the other side of the story. Most of them. When you're putting up a theory and when you're putting up some scenario stories and the rest of them, because they have this saying that for every, no matter how far lie goes, the truth will definitely catch up with it. And for every lie you tell, you need about 10 others to be able to sustain it. Okay?
So what you're saying is all these things, it doesn't add up.
It does. That's what it definitely doesn't add up at all. It doesn't add up. The police story is not adding up. Because if Dino had already reported that these guys are some of the guys that I suspect and the rest of them, you now came out with a story. He said the guy came, he met them on Airport Road, they came into his car.
Without giving them dates, just a month.
They gave him 400 and something thousand naira, gave him the gun to do what? To go and kill the governor? Can those guys kill a governor? Can those guys kill a governor? Do you know the security detail of the governor? Or who do they want to kill? Or what are they? Or to go into armed robbery? Are they saying that Dino is now... Dino has more than enough
towards the election,
towards the election and the rest of this is just about politics, and that's what I'm saying, that the Inspector General of Police and should be able to. Kogi presently has security issues. You know that. Some people were killed, over 20-something people were killed just a few days back by Fulani herdsmen and the rest of them. They already have security issues. Don't also forget that so many within Kogi itself, in Okene, Lokoja, and the rest of them, there have been several cells of kidnappers that has been discovered. Not only that, for a long time, Boko Haram also has very, very functional cells in Kogi State. Okay, and because Kogi is closer to Plateau, is closer to Benue, to some extent also Enugu and the rest of them, there's always a security challenge within that state, because once they leave this other state, the next place to come, and also come and they quickly come into Abuja. The Lokoja-Abuja Express is one of the most dangerous in the country. Kidnapping goes on a daily basis. The Kaba, Lokoja. I'm just telling you because I know these places. I served in Kaba.
Many are reported cases of kidnapping.
Yes, I served in Kaba. True. So I know Kaba, I know Okene very, very well. The Kaba, Okene Road, where you have the Dangote Cement, is another very dangerous route. A lot of security challenges. I think the police should try to be on top of the situations rather than just getting and aggravating the situation. And what are we even saying? Some of you remember what happened when the Kogi State governor was elected. It was this same Dino Melaye. You remember he was the one going on stage and dancing.
So many adjectives.
That was when the going was good.
When the going was good. You remember when the going was good.
All right, Chris, we have to leave you here now. Chris Kendingwandu, thank you very much for joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.